And Interstate 40 is finally back open. But the mess it caused for so many local drivers has the state reevaluating how to handle it next time.
Good afternoon, I'm Kim Baez. The traffic nightmare has come to an end, but people are still mad. Why did the state have to close I-40 for 37 hours, even cutting off local drivers when the problem was all the way in Texas? State officials now admit how the closure was handled deserves a second look. News 13's Kayla Ayers reports.
State officials say they'll meet soon to discuss the chaos that began Sunday night. Drivers stuck, stranded, and diverted for a day and a half. Around 11 this morning, road crews started reopening I-40 to traffic. It was a welcome sight to Department of Transportation employees who worked around the clock during the closure.
You need to take a look at the big picture. This is not only an Albuquerque situation. It's a problem that extends back into Arizona, through New Mexico, into Texas and Oklahoma, so it's a multi-state problem.
Horrible road conditions in the Texas Panhandle and Oklahoma prompted safety officials to keep the highway closed much longer than expected. For hours yesterday, I-40 was a makeshift parking lot. Semi-trucks and cars backed up along the highway, travelers forced to spend the night in Albuquerque.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I could have been stuck down on the 60 longer than I would have been stuck here.
According to the State Department of Public Safety, safety-wise, the closure was a success. Officials say officers didn't have to make any rescues and there were no fatalities. But it wasn't just those passing through who were delayed in their travels. Metro and East Mountain residents were affected too.
That's an entirely different story. Separate to what the issue is with I-40 and the Texas state line and our roads, the East Mountain area obviously had some issues getting home last night.
Albuquerque's roads were in a gridlock. Daycares and community centers in the East Mountains were forced to stay open late to accommodate people stuck in traffic. It's something state officials will be looking at in case of another closure like this.
You know, hindsight's always 20/20, and I'm sure we'll go back and look at what those things are that we can do to further streamline that process and try and get people home in a more timely manner.
That was Kayla Ayers reporting. Now, the Department of Public Safety, Department of Transportation, and several other agencies involved in closing I-40 will have a debriefing in the next few days to talk about what went right, what went wrong, and what can be done differently in the future. Right now, Interstate 40 eastbound is open, but just to Amarillo. It remains shut down all the way through Texas and much of Oklahoma. This is why. This is the aftermath of the storm that road crews are still dealing with. The storm dumped more than a foot of snow in some areas, up to 2 feet in others. Road crews say it is just impossible to clear that much snow in one day. It's so bad most schools are closed. Power was also knocked out to thousands of homes. The storm is also blamed for at least 2 deaths.